Welcome back, friends. Today we're going to talk about our leg tracking and how this can improve our linear figures. This will apply in all of your ballroom dances. This will apply socially in terms of improving your lead and follow, and it'll help competitively in terms of improving your shape, as well as the light and shade in your actions, so you're not just kind of doing the same speed and the same shape all the time. That's not really shaping, that's just like forcing a nice top line. So, let's go ahead and look at this in just a technique exercise, okay? So I'm going to go backwards first, actually. We'll do it forwards as well, but I'll go backwards first. So we're going to go back on our right foot, and you can zoom into my feet at this point. I'm going to think going leftwards or the other way or across the hip rather than how we're built genetically, which is just to go back. That's super efficient with one body. And if you look at where my hips are, both as man and lady, just naturally standing, walking, I'm gonna wanna have my hips not only going down from where they combine into my femurs, but they're gonna wanna go out to shoulder width, which means for dudes, that's why some dudes walk like this. They just got big old shoulders. Not gonna work with the partner. That's gonna be all sorts of hanging in your partner's armpit. So I want to think about, as man or lady, if I'm going backwards, I want to go to the opposite way with that foot. So I'm thinking foot this way, collect, swivel. Left foot's going to do the same. I'm not going to go back on where I would naturally want my body to go. I'm going to think about crossing this way with this foot. Instead of here, I'm going to go here. I'm exaggerating. In practice, you're gonna have an inertia going on and won't be this much. But if you do this solo, you'll end up netting in the correct position when you dance with that partner, okay? So we're closing, we're swiveling, we're going back, we're swiveling, and do it real robotic like this at home at first. Here, and close, swivel. Here, and close, swivel. This will be every single backwards step. For man and lady, doesn't matter. We'll do the same technique exercise going forward. So the way we're built, you're gonna want to solo, real efficient, not gonna work with the partner. We're gonna end up with them side saddle. We're going to think about, with the right foot, going across the body. Okay? Left foot, across the body. Across the body. And there is going to be, if you're a higher level competitor, we're also going to add a collection and a swivel as two separate actions. If you're just doing syllabus, I'm just going to be happy if you get this crossing action. But for those of you who are competing in open, we're going to add something else in this, which is crossing, collect, swivel. Crossing, collect, swivel. If you're in syllabus, I'm just going to be thrilled, and it'll help you out a lot if you just go crossing. Crossing in one action. That's a step in the right direction. And dancing is about progressing and adding layers to the cake, right? So if you're juggling balls, you can't start out juggling 20 balls. You're never going to learn how to juggle, right? You got to start out with one ball. Oh, now we got 2 balls. Now we got 3 balls. It doesn't mean juggling one ball is wrong. It just means that you've mastered that so you can get to that next thing. So don't knock yourself out trying to add that close and swivel unless you do open. Now I'm going to show that with a partner. You can practice this with a partner, but I recommend trying solo first. And I'll show that both as a lead and a follow. So I'll show that as a lead first, okay? I'm going forward, and I'll show you backwards in a second. really a real figure. I want you to go here as opposed to you're built like this. Just the way we're built. That's real efficient solo. That is not going to get you anywhere dancing socially or competitively. Okay? So I want to think about crossing my line, and then I switch. I'm going to go through and cross my line, and then I switch. Now, as you can see with the partner, it's not as exaggerated as dancing solo. That's normal, because you got a twin stuck on the front of you. Now I'm going to show with my butt to you. And this actually is going to apply as lady too, and I'll show that as a lady here in 2 Shades of a Lamb's Tail. So I'm thinking about going through instead of here. That's real efficient going solo. I get it. That's how we're built. DNA makes you do that. I'm going to think crossing and collecting. Crossing and collecting. Crossing and collecting. Okay? Now I'm going to show that as a follow-up, but it'll be that same body action really. Ladies, our shape's going to be a little more extreme because we're a little lower than him. You're more flexible. You got more just body weight the way I'm built. You can see I got a lot of bulk down here, not much up here. So I'm going to show that as lady, and I'm going to go backwards first, okay? Because you usually go backwards as lady. So instead of going, and just go ahead and walk normal, walk. That's how we very first learned. We're going to think, okay, we can go this one first, that's fine. So here and switch, going through and switch, going through, inside partner. Good. The same thing will apply outside a partner. We can look at that on another day. That's a little more extreme, but let's just start with inside. Plus, when you're learning to dance, we always learn those inside of partners first in bronze. The outside, like outside spin and stuff, you tend not to do those as much until silver. So anyway, that is our leg tracking. And actually, can I show one more time with you going backwards? Just so ladies can see one more angle. And let's go back this way. I think that'll be helpful for the ladies, okay? Yeah, I know that's weird, but I think it's gonna work for the camera. So go back on your right foot. So cross under him, swivel, cross. You gotta go that way. Yeah. So we're heading this way. Sorry guys, we didn't do this earlier. So go to the door and feel. Go, and then close and swivel. Door, close and swivel. Yeah. So go ahead and do a serpentine like that when you first do it with your partner. Again, when we do this, at 15 miles an hour, it's gonna end up linear, I promise. But go ahead and exaggerate. I do not care how rocky it feels. You're gonna have to kind of go through a little rough patch to be like, oh, cross and swivel. And the timing is not gonna be synced up at first. That's fine. The important thing is that you get that crossing action. And you're gonna get a nice connection and shape out of that. So that's our little piece that we're gonna work on this week at home. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.